So hello everyone, welcome to this week's YouTube tutorial. If you're new here, my name is Mike Ingledew and I'm all about making you successful with your integrated product support strategies, whether that's the adoption of standards or specifications, identifying the right software tools for adoption on your project, or just helping you develop your skills and knowledge around IPS standards and specifications. This week, I am proud to say and delighted to say that this video has been made possible by the magnificent team at MindManager. Now, if anybody has done any of my training, done any of my tutorials, you know I'm a huge fan of their software. I told and shared with the team at MindManager an idea and a vision that I have for an IPS toolkit that would sit on top of MindManager. They loved the idea. And they thought, well, why not help Mike realize his dream? And they have helped me develop the IPS Toolkit for MindManager. The IPS Toolkit for MindManager is all about helping you adopt things like S1000D much quicker and much more efficiently than old traditional ways. What we've done is we've taken a lot of logic that's built into S1000D and put them into templates into MindManager that you can then export things like your BR doc. You can work with your BRDPs, identify Brex requirements, and also export things like your DMRL. But the latest tool that we've put in there is the ability to work with your SNS structures. Now, when we're talking about SNS structures, I'm talking today very specifically from an S1000D perspective, but many organizations will take the SNS structure and use it in other data domains before they even start writing their S1000D data modules. What do I mean by data domains? Well, depending on where you're coming from, if you're coming from things like the S series or other industry disciplines, you might call them just simply domains or silos or just disciplines. I call them data domains because these IPS data domains are all creating data that at some level each of these silos of information rely on, or we connect to each other. And one of the ways that we can connect to each other is using the SNS structure. Now, I'm lucky enough to be working with a couple of organizations right now who are adopting S1000D, and we're actually going through the process of helping them identify the most appropriate SNS structures for their product. Now, conversely on that, as part of my role as the UK industry rep for S1000D, I am leading up what is known as a CPF, a change proposal form for S1000D, specifically looking at the SNS structures for the E-Air domain. If you want to get involved with that, please do get in touch with me because I'm trying to capture and gather as many people's opinion and input around that as I possibly can. So when we're talking about identifying our SNS structures, and again, I'm going to come at this very specifically from an S1000D perspective, is that we need to know the structure or structures that we are going to use for our project. And we need to know because that is one of the backbones to our codification strategy for our S1000D project. But once we know our SNS definitions and we can either use the S1000D managed or predefined SNS structures that exist within the S1000D specification, we can either take those and build our own SNS structures, or we could just build our own SNS structure from absolute scratch, ground zero. So this is where the IPS Toolkit comes in. We provide all of those structures that are available to us in S1000D, and you can build as you're going along your SNS tree that you can then go all the way down to LRU level, a unit assembly level if you want to. And as you're going along, you can set different attributes at each level of the tree, which will then be inherited down through the actual map itself, which we can then ultimately take that SNS structure and we can export it, or parts of the map we can export, and we can give it to partners and suppliers or engineering departments and have them give their seal of approval on the structures that we are going to be using. Or, which I sometimes see, is the technical publications team needs to define the SNS map, and then we'll give it to the other data domains for them to be able to leverage inside their particular domain. But the SNS map on its own, actually, because it's used across lots of other domains, there are other uses for it as well. So we can, in the map, we can actually include things like our S2000M IPPN information if we wanted to. So when we export, we could export a report on just LRUs with part numbers if we wanted to. Or we could take a small part of the SNS map with an IPPN, give it to a partner and say, this is your IPPN number and this is the SNS structures we want you to use. But actually coming at it from a very specific technical publications perspective and an S1000D perspective, we need to define something called our DMRL. And the DMRL is something that we could build as we're going along. So we could actually create our SNS structure, and then as we're building, we can insert our data modules at each individual level or branch of the tree, and we can export actually from that same SNS map a DMRL that we can then give to partner suppliers, to engineering, to contracts, to whoever we want to, a spreadsheet that says these are all the data modules. Now the great thing about the map itself, or just standard MindManager features, is that you can filter on certain tags or attributes, so you can quickly identify where there are gaps, or if there are gaps in your project, or if you've missed anything for your definition phase. So the IPS Toolkit is designed very, very specifically to help speed up the process, be a little bit more accurate, and identify those gaps for us on our project. So this week, like I say, a little bit salesy, a little bit educational, and a little bit of Ingledew thoughts. If you want to get involved in that CPF that I am putting together, or I've put together with a couple of major vendors here in the UK and US and in Germany, please do get involved, do get in touch with me. More than happy to share what we've put together so far. Huge thank you to many of you who have shared what you're already doing from an SNS perspective with me, and showing me what the thought processes that you're going through for your project, which is a tremendous amount of value to me, the CPF, and helping me develop my knowledge on what you're doing in these emerging markets. Again, a massive thank you to the guys at MindManager that have made the IPS Toolkit a reality for me. If you're a TDW Plus Premium member, you're going to get a license of the IPS Toolkit as part of your subscription. So please stay tuned. If you haven't heard from Claire shortly, then please do get in touch with us and we'll tell you how you can get access to that. If you're interested in MindManager on its own or the IPS Toolkit on its own, check out these URLs. They will take you to more information. We've got lots of ideas for what will go into the IPS Toolkit. We're going to release version 1 very shortly with about 3 or 4 templates for BRDoc, SNS, DMRL, and a couple of other little nice little Easter eggs in there for us. So, but if you want more information, ideas, get in touch with me. Always happy to discuss and share ideas and opinion with you. Again, I'm Mike Ingledew, all about making you successful with your integrated product support strategies. Until next time, stay safe, stay well. See you soon.